Patel from the Department of Mechanical Engineering. In the last lecture, we have started our discussion about the numericals of chapter number 3, that is the properties of gas. Okay, and in the last lecture, we have discussed numericals of the two processes. First is the constant volume process, and then we have discussed about the numericals of the constant pressure process. So we have discussed constant volume and constant pressure process in the previous lecture. In today's lecture, we will discuss the numericals of the isothermal process, adiabatic process and the polytropic process. So before going to start the numerical, I am going to revise the equations which we are going to use for the isothermal process, adiabatic process and the polytropic process. Okay, so first of all, for the isothermal process, we know the relation of heat transfer and the work transfer is equal to the P1 V1 ln V2 by V1. Okay, next the PVT relation is P1 V1 is equals to P2 V2, that is for the isothermal process. For the isothermal process, change of enthalpy is equals to 0 and change of the internal energy is equals to 0, that is the mCv minus T1. But for the isothermal process, temperature will remains constant, so we can write T1 equals to T2, so that the change of enthalpy and change of the internal energy will be 0 for the isothermal process. Now the equations for the adiabatic process. For the adiabatic process, first of all you have to remember the PVT relation, that is the T2 by T1 is equals to V1 by V2 raised to gamma minus 1 is equals to P2 by P1 raised to gamma minus 1 by gamma. That is the PVT relation. Next is the work done. Work done, that is the P1 V1 minus P2 V2 upon gamma minus 1. Third is the heat transfer. So for the adiabatic process, the heat transfer is 0. Okay, and for the polytropic process, you have to replace the gamma by n. So we can write the equations for the polytropic process is a T2 by T1 is equals to V1 by V2 raised to n minus 1 is equals to P2 by P1 raised to n minus 1 divided by m. So let us start the numericals. So our fourth numerical is 1 kilogram of gas at constant pressure of 100 kilopascal and temperature of 17 degrees Celsius is compressed isothermally in a piston cylinder arrangement to the final pressure of 2500 kilopascal. Okay, so here the mass is equals to 1 kilogram, the initial pressure that they have given, that is the 100 kilopascal, and the final pressure P2 is equals to 2500 kilopascal. Okay, this is the value, the initial value they have given. Now the characteristics gas equation, that is the PV equals to 260 T. So the characteristics gas equation is given and the process is isothermal. So we can write T1 is equals to T2 is equals to 290 Kelvin. Okay. Now what here we have to find? First of all, we have to find the final volume. Okay. Second, we need to find compression ratio. Compression ratio is equals to small r, that is the V2 by V1, and the value of change of enthalpy, that is the delta H, and the work done, that is the W. Okay, so let us start the calculation. So from the given characteristics gas equation, we can write P2 V2 equals to 260 T. Okay, so from this relation we can get the value of V2 as 2500, that is the value of P2 into 10 raised to 3. Okay, multiply by V2, that we have to find 260 into T1. T1 is the 290 Kelvin. So from this we can find V2 is equals to 0.03016 meter cube. Okay, now our next thing is we need to find the compression ratio. So for the compression ratio you have to find the value of V1. So again we are going to use the characteristics gas equation, that is the P1 V1 is equals to 260 T. So we can here find 100 multiplied by 10 raised to 3 into V1 is equals to 260 multiplied by 290. So we can get the value of V1 as 0.754 meter cube. Okay, now the compression ratio is equals to V1 by V2. So we can get the value of compression ratio is equals to 25. Okay, now let us start the calculation of the enthalpy. So we know the equation of enthalpy is equals to mCp T2 minus T1, but the process is isothermal, so the T1 equals to T2. So finally the change of enthalpy is equals to 0. Next is the work done. So work done, that is equals to P1 V1 ln V2 by V1. So we can put the value of V1 and V2 in this equation, that is the 260 T ln 1 upon 25. So we can get the value of work done is equals to minus 242.70 kilojoule. Okay, this is the value of work done. So in this question we have find all the value, that is the change of enthalpy, compression ratio and work done. Okay. Now we are going to calculate our next numerical, example number 5. What they have given: determine the work done in compressing the 1 kilogram of air from the initial volume of 0.15 meter cube to the pressure of 1 bar to the volume of 0.05 meter cube when the compression is isothermal, and second case is when the compression is adiabatic. So for the isothermal process and for the adiabatic process we have to find the work done, okay, to compressing the gas. So first of all, what they have given the initial mass is equals to 1 kilogram, initial volume that is the 0.15 meter cube, and the P1 is equals to 1 bar. Okay, now V2 they have given, that is the 0.05 meter cube, and the value of gamma for the air is equals to 1.4, that they have already given. Okay, so we have to find the work done. So let us start for the isothermal process. So we know the equation of work done for the isothermal process is equals to P1 V1 ln V2 by V1, and the V2 and V1 is already given. So we can use the direct relation, that P1 V1 ln V2 by V1, P1 is equals to 1 multiply by 10^2, because here they have given the value in the bar. Okay, so to convert the bar into the kilopascal we have to multiply it by the 10^2. Okay, next ln V2 by V1, V2 is the 0.05 upon V1, that is the 0.15. So we can write W is equals to minus 16.47 kilojoule. So this is the amount of work done which needs to be required to compressing the gas. Okay, now we are going to calculate the work done for the adiabatic process. Okay, so we know the equation for the adiabatic process, that is the P1 V1 minus P2 V2 upon gamma minus 1. So from that relation we can find the work done, but the value of P2 is not given. So first of all we have to find the value. So we know the PVT relation for the adiabatic process, that is the P1 V1 raised to gamma is equals to P2 V2 raised to gamma. So we can find the P2 as P1 into V1 by V2 raised to gamma. So from this relation we can find the value of P2 is equals to 4.65 multiplied by 10 raised to 2 kilopascal. Okay. Now we can put all the values in the equation of work done. So here the value of P1 is 100 kilopascal, the value of V1 is 0.15, the value of P2, that is the 4.65 multiplied by 10^2, and the value of V2 is equals to 0.05 upon gamma minus 1. Gamma is 1.4 minus 1, that is the 0.4. So we can get W equals to minus 20.62 kilojoule. So this is the value of work done for the adiabatic process. Okay. Now we are going to calculate our next numerical, that is the example number 6. Okay, so what they have given: 0.67 kilojoule of gas at 14 bar pressure and 290 degrees Celsius is expanded to 4 times of its original volume. Okay, so what the data they have given? First of all, mass they have given, that is the 0.67 kilogram. Value of R for the air is 0.287 kilojoule per kg Kelvin. Next, they have given the initial pressure, that is the 14 bar. So we have to convert the bar into the kilopascal. So we can write 14 multiplied by 10^2 kilopascal. T1, that is already given 563 Kelvin. They have given in the degree Celsius, so we have to convert it into the Kelvin. So the value of T1 is 563 Kelvin. Okay, now the law, that is the follow, that is PV raised to 1.3 equals to constant. So from this equation we can understand this numerical is of the polytropic process. Okay, now what we have to calculate? calculate original and final volume of the gas. So we have to find V1 and V2. Next, the final temperature, that is the T2, and the final pressure of the gas, that is the P2, we have to find. Okay, so let us start the calculation. So we can use the characteristic gas equation, P1 V1 equals to MR T1, and from that we can find the value of original volume V1. So the value of P1 is 14 multiplied by 10 raised to 2. V1 that we need to find, mass is already given 0.67, R 0.287, and the value of T1, that is the 563 Kelvin. So by putting all the value, we can get the value of V1 is equals to 0.07732 meter cube. Okay, so this is the value of V1. Now we know the relation between the original volume and the final volume. So we can write V2 equals to 4V1. Okay, and if we multiply the V1 multiply by 4, then we can get the value V2 is equals to 0.3092 meter cube. Okay, so this is the value of original and final volume. Now next, we are going to calculate the final temperature. So we know the relation between the temperature and volume for the polytropic process as T2 by T1 is equals to V1 by V2 raised to n minus 1. So we can put the value of V1 and V2 as 1 by 4 raised to 0.3. So we can get the value of T2 as equals to T1 multiplied by V1 by V2 raised to n minus 1, and from this relation we can get the value of T2 is equals to 371.44 Kelvin. Next is the P1 V1 raised to n equals to P2 V2 raised to n. So from this relation we can get the final pressure. So we can write P2 is equals to P1 multiplied by 1 by 4 raised to 1.3. That is the value 2.316 bar. So this is the value of final pressure. So the values which we need to determine we have find, that is the final pressure, final temperature, initial and final volume. Okay, so this is what all about the numericals of the polytropic process. Okay, so in this lecture we have calculate the numericals of three processes. First is the constant temperature process, second we have calculate about the numerical of adiabatic process, and third we have calculate the numerical of polytropic process. Okay, so this is what all about the numericals of chapter number 3, that is the properties of gas. Okay, so thank you for today.